A very good evening to you. You are watching Newsplus, and my name is Marissa Marinda. Let's get into the headlines for this evening. Over $900 million is expected to be mobilized in the next 5 years to finance the redevelopment and modernization of 4 major border posts to position Zimbabwe as a competitive regional transit hub. Government has set its sights to further equipping teachers and parents with more knowledge on the heritage-based curriculum, which introduced for 2024 to the 2030 period. We will give you more details right here on Newsplus. The city of Harare's 20% discount for outstanding rates has created mixed reactions as residents demand improved service delivery. And in our sport update, Caps United are set to take part in a 4-team pre-season tournament, which will be held in Malawi. We get into the details of our news tonight. Government will mobilize more than $900 million over the next 5 years to finance the redevelopment and modernization of 4 major border posts to position Zimbabwe as a competitive regional transit hub under the program outlined in the National Development Strategy 2. NDS2 authorities have started mobilizing finances to revamp Forbes, Chirundu, Nyampanda and Kanyemba border posts in a major push to ease regional trade bottlenecks, boost commerce and improve service delivery. The large-scale investment, totaling $946 million, is aimed at transforming Zimbabwe's ports of entry and exit into modern, efficient trade gateways that meet regional and international standards, while positioning the country to take full advantage of opportunities under the African Continental Free Trade Area. The modernization is expected to strengthen Zimbabwe's position as a regional transit hub for goods moving between Southern and Central Africa. In our next story, government has set its sights toward further equipping both parents and teachers with the knowledge of the heritage-based curriculum, with the aim of producing an innovative and empowered generation. In an interview during her ongoing back-to-school tours at Kuredza Primary School in Kadoma, Primary and Secondary Education Deputy Minister Angeline Gata said more needs to be done in making sure the new curriculum achieves its intended goals. Zimbabwe introduced the heritage-based curriculum, HBC, for the 2024-2030 period. This new curriculum aims to integrate Zimbabwe's cultural heritage with modern educational demands, focusing on innovation, creativity, and practical skills development.
A takeaway is to create more awareness on the heritage-based curriculum, how the projects are being done. There's still a gap, even on our parents and some of our teachers, how they are supposed to be done. They're not supposed to be heavy. They are supposed to equip our learners that whenever they drop school, at whatever level they drop school, they can have a skill. And it's not supposed to be a burden to our parents, it's not supposed to be a burden to our teachers. But we still need to create that awareness, continue with that awareness.
Meanwhile, the Zimbabwe School Examinations Council, ZIMSEC, will release the 2025 November Ordinary Level Examination results this Friday, 16 January. The announcement was made by Primary and Secondary Education Minister Dr. Torerai Moyo. ZIMSEC last week released the 2025 November Advanced Level results, which recorded an improvement in performance, with the national pass rate rising by 1.17% points to 95.75%, up from 94.58% in 2024. The 2024 ordinary level pass rate stood at 33.19%, an increase from 29.41% recorded in 2023, reflecting a gradual improvement in learner outcomes. In our next story, Harare residents have reacted cautiously to a new city council incentive, offering discounts of up to 20% on outstanding rates, saying they want improved service delivery. This also comes at a time when the city of Harare is being owed over 8 billion ZiG by residents.
The mixed reactions from Harare residents come after the city father's decision to offer discounts of up to 20% to ratepayers who settle their outstanding accounts between January 19 and February 15 this year. While council says the move is meant to revive service delivery, residents argue that basic services remain unreliable.
City council ngaigadzire mvura haisi kugadzira ka asi mari dzedu tiri kubhadhara asi avarusiri kuti gadzirira
tinoda kuchinzwanane tuwirirane nevanhu vekanzi payment plan yakanaka kuchinzwanane naiwe vozi vakaita 100 nekondimari asi vakauya kati isusu dai mabhadhara hafu kusvika mari yaita sei yakwana tokwanisa kuzwanana.
Other residents say they pay their rates but are still subjected to poor service delivery.
Mvura yacho haimwike, marara everywhere, masiweji arongoerera everywhere. Mvura tiri kungobhadhara mvura dzacho dzatisi kumboshandisa. Saka city council haisi kumboita zvakanaka, ngaite zvakanaka, ngaitipe mvura yakachena.
Residents' representatives have welcomed the move but urged council to address the issues that contribute to non-payment of rates.
Is that when also residents pay their bills, also I think they also anticipate that their services. So those are some of the things which we have viewed, but it's a good development. But also again, we need to go then and address the fundamental issues that has been discouraging residents not to pay rates.
Harare Mayor Councillor Jacob Mafume says the discounts are part of efforts to improve revenue collection, which he says is essential for service delivery.
This measure is for us to be able to provide service delivery. We need to be able to pay. Clear my drains, mvura, my roads acho, development control, and sewer, and many other services.
Council says it is owed more than 8.4 billion ZiG, with residents accounting for about 80% of the debt, a situation Mafume says has crippled operations. The Council Service Delivery Index stood at 52% in the last quarter of 2025, far below acceptable standards.
My residents are now 80% of our debt, Ndoyanda is now with the residents. So we have other measures that are harsh, which we don't want to be forced to employ.
The initiative is in line with the minimum service delivery standards for councils supported by Statutory Instrument 170 of 2025. The discount window runs until February 15 as residents continue to weigh whether improved services will follow. Talent Gore, ZTN Prime, Harare.
Conviction for drug-related offences will soon attract mandatory jail sentences, with significantly stiffer penalties being introduced for drug dealing and trafficking. The sweeping reforms are outlined in the National Development Strategy 2 and form part of a tougher enforcement regime aimed at curbing drug abuse while dismantling illicit drug networks. Under the new policy framework, mandatory minimum prison sentences will replace fines for a range of drug-related offences. At present, magistrates have the discretion to impose fines or other non-custodial sentences on convicted drug offenders. We are now joined by youth advocate Take More Mazuruse to further discuss this development. A very good evening to you, Take More. Now, what is your take on the mandatory sentence on individuals who will be convicted of drug-related offences?
I believe the mandatory sentencing on individuals who will be convicted on drug-related offences is quite a welcome development. For one, it's going to work as a very strong deterrent in view of the rampant abuse of drugs and substances in country. For a long time, we had seen people committing drug-related offences, they get arrested, and before you know it, they get bail. But with this new measure in place, we're most likely going to see our young people aligning with the laws of the land. And beyond the new measure, We also encourage the authorities and all stakeholders involved in this fight to continue with the public education, the community outreach programs. And the new measure must actually be implemented to the letter. And by that, I hope we are going to achieve some positives in this national fight against drug and substance abuse.
Right, so will the stiffer penalties help in curbing the issue of drug and substance abuse?
If penalties in place, I hope we are going to see a reduction in drug and substance abuse. I think we have seen it with stock theft, where we had a lot of challenges in our communities with regards stock theft. But once we had a stiffer penalty related to the offense, members of the community started behaving. So I hope that the same is going to apply with drug and substance abuse. Freedom is a prerequisite for healthy living. We all want freedom, and I'm sure once people see that there are stronger penalties to face should they commit such offenses, they'll behave. So we welcome this measure, and we hope our authorities will ensure its implementation, and by that we'll gain a lot of positives.
Thank you so much, Take More Mazuruse, for that information. Do stay with us. Newsplus will be right back with more information for you.
We're kicking your year off in all her glory with more, because we got you. You get it? You know that. We got kicks, we got scores, we got action, we got roars. It's my specialty. We got drama, we got fun. We got more for everyone, with an upgrade on us just for you. More channels, more shows, more reasons to stay.
We got you.
DSTV, we got you all the way.
Authorities are pleased with the progress of the Hatfield Housing Project. The scheme that is being carried out under the Savings and Credit Cooperative, SACCO, is set to offer municipal workers flexible mortgage. The Deputy Minister of Women Affairs, Community, Small and Medium Enterprises Development, Kevin Mutimbanyoka, toured the facility in Harare earlier today.
The greater side of it, as far as the economy is concerned, is that no one will be stranded. Currently, as we speak, more than 2,868 members. And of those, 745 now have their own housing accommodation as a result of the SACCO. That's very commendable. And that's exactly what we're looking forward to. And as government, we are supporting such initiatives. This is exactly adding on to the National Development Strategy and the Vision 2030 that we have as a country.
SACCO representative Farai Mutawa expressed gratitude to the government for helping them carry out this project.
Government has also supported us in terms of providing for trading, capacity building, and also benchmark with other countries, internationally and continentally, so that we run our SACCO according to best practices.
We move on, where the government has warned motorists abusing official insignia to evade law enforcement on the country's roads. Permanent Secretary for Presidential Affairs and Devolution Engineer Tafadzwa Moguti emphasized that anyone driving vehicles without number plates but displaying blue lights, government stickers or other official markings to pass through police and administrative roadblocks is acting unlawfully and will face action. Authorities stress that misuse of official symbols undermines public safety and will not be tolerated as efforts continue to maintain law and order on Zimbabwe's roads.
There are individuals who are abusing stickers written Office of the President Cabinet to cross roadblocks and toll gates. Please note that the Office of the President Cabinet or any other government department does not use stickers to be exempted from stopping at roadblocks. And we also note that there are other individuals now who are moving with blue lights, and they are moving with cars without registration plates under the guise that they are operating or working within the provincial offices or working within the Office of the President Cabinet. Police are required at every stop to please ask for form of government IDs for those who claim to be part of the Office of the President Cabinet or any other government office that is. But these stickers going around as the Office of the President Cabinet across all provinces are not going to be tolerated. So please note that police have got the full right to investigate, and we're inundated with complaints of stickers which are going around. Please note that this is unacceptable and that the law shall take its course.
Businessman and former Shabani Mashaba Mines SMM owner Mutumwa Mawere has died. He was 66. Mawere died in South Africa on Thursday and is believed to have succumbed to complications from a stroke he suffered in 2024. His elder brother, Mr. Vincent Mawere, confirmed the death. Mr. Mawere was a prominent businessman who at one time owned SMM in the mid-1990s when the company was arguably the biggest producer of chrysotile asbestos in the world. The mines were in Mashava and Rishavane, and our condolences do go out to the Mawere family. Moving on, South African border authorities have intercepted 33 more children who were being illegally transported from that country to Zimbabwe through the Beitbridge port of entry. This happens often during school holidays when children are taken to visit family. Last week, 20 children between the ages of 4 and 15 were caught at an illegal crossing. Since the start of the festive season, authorities from the two countries have been coordinating in the fight against cases of child smuggling. The children are now with social services and the two adult suspects face charges.
Commissioner Dr. Masia Pato has commended the junior border guard for his vigilance and professionalism, stating that the interception underscores the effectiveness of enhanced border management measures and the authorities' firm stance against crimes involving children. Dr. Masia Pato would also like to implore parents to desist from sending undocumented children to the ports of entry. The Border Management Authority will not tolerate the exploitation of children or the facilitation of illegal cross-border movement. We remain committed to protecting the integrity of our borders while upholding human rights and child protection principles. Investigations are ongoing and the suspects are expected to appear in court this week.
When we come back, we take a look at what's happening in the business world.
This is AFCON, my friend. Everything is a competition. Everything.
So here they come for the opening game, and away we are here at the African Cup of Nations.
Join our family meeting from the 21st of December to the 18th of January. Purchase a decoder for $30. AFCON 2025, live on SuperSport.
Harare. Tune into the beat.
Capitalk 100.4 FM, your source for news, business, sports, fashion, and more.
Experience the pulse of Harare's culture and lifestyle.
Capitalk 100.4 FM, Harare's top radio station.
Join the conversation with Zimbabwe's top personalities.
Subscribe now for fresh and infotainment content daily.
Capital 100.4 FM, Harare's heartbeat.
The Minister of Finance, Professor Mthuli Ncube, has commissioned new high-capacity printing equipment at state-owned Printflow in a move expected to boost industrial productivity and enhance the firm's competitiveness. Ibn Mabunda gives us more.
Now, the Minister of Finance, Economic Development and Investment Promotion, Professor Mthuli Ncube, toured and commissioned new state-of-the-art equipment at state printing outfit Printflow in the capital city, Harare. 6 new machines with a combined value of $8 million were commissioned at the facility. Government has invested in phases over the past 5 years, with $3.4 million being a fresh capital injection. The flagship machine now has the capacity to print up to 50,000 copies per hour, significantly increasing Printflow's output and positioning the company to operate on a fully commercial scale.
Is the best, is top tier in terms of capacity globally. In fact, outside South Africa, this is the only machine outside South Africa in our region that has got this kind of capacity. So right now, Printflow can handle any printing business, be it commercial, be it government.
The new equipment allows Printflow to expand into advanced packaging and labeling services, supporting local manufacturers while reducing reliance on imports. The machines are also environmentally friendly and rank second only to South Africa's in terms of sophistication on the continent.
The company is being capacitated by the shareholder, that is government. And these 6 machines, which has already been commissioned, they have actually rejuvenated the company to start printing and also serving the nation, even also including the private sector.
Printflow has traditionally provided secure printing services for government, but also operates in the private sector. Management says the new technology strengthens the company's ability to compete locally and beyond Zimbabwe's borders.
For us, it means that we don't have to outsource any of our printing work in government or commercially outside the country. All the capacity is here locally. They can even print, security documents with security features, where they can do anything, So really, whether they're looking at ballot papers for elections, whether they're looking at even printing money, I'm not encouraging them to print money.
The state-of-the-art equipment for enhanced and efficient communication of Zimbabwe's development agenda, the National Development Strategy 2. Reporting for ZTN Prime, I'm Ibn Abunda, Printflow in Zimbabwe's capital, Harare.
The World Bank has raised its forecast for growth this year, saying the global economy has proved surprisingly shock-proof in the face of a historic escalation in trade tensions. Real gross domestic product is now projected to rise by 2.6% in 2026, up from a June forecast of 2.4%. The Washington-based lender reports. The new 2026 global forecasts mark a modest slowdown from stronger growth in 2025 than the lender had anticipated. Moving on, Caledonia Mining Corporation (PLC) has announced the pricing of $125 million aggregate principal amount of 5.9% convertible senior notes due in 2033. In a statement, Caledonia said the size of the convertible notes offering was increased from the initially announced $100 million, reflecting strong investor demand. The company has also granted the initial purchasers an option to buy up to an additional $25 million aggregate principal amount of notes. In another story, Kenya has struck a preliminary trade agreement with China that allows 98.2% of its export goods duty-free market access. Its trade ministry said today, adding that the two sides have been holding discussions in search of a full bilateral trade deal. The East African nation has been forging closer ties with China, with President William Ruto making a state visit to Beijing last year, where a number of financing and cooperation agreements were signed. We now take a look at what's happening in the world of sport.
They call me Racer X, or in this case, Racer J. All right.
Put your seatbelt on.
In the world of sport, Caps United are set to take part in a 4-team pre-season tournament in Lilongwe, Malawi next month as they set up for preparations for the new campaign. The Premiership Giants have sent an early signal of intent through a purposeful pre-season program. Caps United Chief Executive Officer Morten Lodzo says the club will hold a 2-week training camp in Malawi, with planning for the exercise having begun as far back as last season.
Was prepared long back before even the festive season. We had representatives who flew to Malawi, including Kamwendo, because he's very familiar with the terrain and the environment. We also have guys from Malawi who are assisting. So that trip is on. We are actually finishing the preparations. Where we are at the moment, we are now working on clearances and, in terms of the tournaments, the teams that we are going to play with, they have to be cleared also. So we are almost finalizing, but the trip is on and we are going there for 2 weeks. With us.
With the side having had a season to forget during 2025, Caps United have taken a different approach to life as they believe there is need to do things differently.
But, we are more organized. Our things, we started preparations way back in October when we were fighting relegation. So for me, when you're part of the management, you'll be very excited. When the resources are unveiled in time, when people are collaborating towards the cause of the team. So I'm actually excited. But we want to do business seriously. We want these guys to understand the badge they are carrying, where we are coming from in terms of history and where we want to go. We are very serious and they should not take the badge lightly. The other agenda is to facilitate adaptability. We want it to be easy for them to adapt so that they perform. Because remember, about half of the team, they are new faces. So we really want them to adapt. And then number 3, we are also setting collectively performance targets as a club, as a group at department levels, and as individuals. When they hear the history, they should also reflect and come up with ideas where they want to be. It's not only being at Caps, they should have ambitions.
Zimbabwe international footballer Marshall Munetsi is set for a return to France barely a year after making his move to England. This comes after Wolverhampton Wanderers reached an agreement with Paris FC that will see the midfielder depart on loan for the remainder of this season. Munetsi, who was very much a signing aligned with the vision of former head coach Vitor Pereira, is now considered a surplus to requirements. Signed from Stade de Reims from around £17.5 million last winter, Munetsi made an immediate impact and quickly earned a reputation as a powerful presence in midfield. However, as the season progressed, it became increasingly clear that while his physical attributes stood out, he did not fully align with the demands of the new Wolves boss, Rob Edwards. Zimbabwe's ICC Men's Under-19 World Cup 2026 campaign got off to a false start today. The Young Chevrons' opening Group C match against Scotland was abandoned without a ball being played due to a wet outfield. In accordance with ICC tournament regulations, both teams have been awarded 1 point each. The abandonment is a blow to both sides as they continue their campaigns in the ICC Under-19 World Cup 2026, with weather now playing an influential role in the early stages of the tournament. Elsewhere, India and the West Indies made victorious starts to the tournament. India recovered from 25-3 to beat the USA by 6 wickets, while the West Indies overcame debutants Tanzania by 5 wickets. Now that brings us to the end of our edition of Newsplus this evening. My name is Marissa Marinda, and from me and the crew behind the scenes, we say have a splendid evening and enjoy the rest of the viewing. We leave you watching the Weather Report.